So, love to welcome you guys to the Albuquerque International Balloon Museum and to the 2019 Hall of Fame inductions to our the two inductees that are coming in this year. A very exciting time for all of us. We have two worthy candidates. It's a very long process. Every year we go off of a nomination list as to who we are looking at. That's narrowed down, and there's a selection committee that's part museum and part the ballooning commission of the FAI. So the two people have gone through a lot of scrutiny and thought process, and we're so glad to have them here, and we have representation of both. So the next inductee, and we do try to pick someone posthumously and a living inductee, because so many people have passed that deserve the recognition they may not have gotten in their lifetime, but this sets it for eternity that they'll be in the Hall of Fame here. So we're very happy that we got Norman into this, but I also believe that it's very nice to get somebody here that's actually going to be present and living and enjoying this in their lifetime. And this person has spent a lifetime of innovating and manufacturing and doing things that have touched the entire world of ballooning, and I mean around the world. He's worked with several manufacturers, done so much for balloons, and raised the level of expertise in so many areas that is amazing. I remember having a Bonanno quick release, and probably even closer to my heart is I'm wearing a tie from the Transatlantic Challenge back in 1992, and he built the burners that were on all those balloons. So thank you. I thought about you every day for a week. I appreciate how well your burners work, so thank you. But with that, we have a couple of people that have worked closely with Paolo and would like to come up and say a few words as well. Joseph Yaro, he's the pilot and main shareholder for Ultra Magic Balloons, so he came all the way from Spain for this. And we also have Bert Pedelt out of Pennsylvania, who owns Best Aviation and has been a part of many, many record-setting events, as well as things that I've done, and appreciate Bert being here as well. So I'm going to let these two gentlemen speak on behalf of Paolo and all that he's done and for the sport. Thanks. Come on up.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor for me to say some words to make know a little bit better Mr. Paolo Bonanno. I know him since more than 30 years when we met in World and European Championships, participating both. No? At that time, he was an exceptional cooperator of Cameron Balloons, and we were talking several times to cooperate with Ultra Magic. As we were seeing, he was ahead of other burner designers. No? We were observing his passion for ballooning, and especially for burners, and admiring his intellectual capacity to advance in improvements. One day, more than 10 years ago, he called us and we agreed it was the right moment to start this cooperation. This cooperation is continuing now, and we are very proud. We both feel comfortable in a natural spirit, interchanging ideas and proposals to improve burners so pilots can fly more comfortably and safe. This is always an issue because we all know that burners is one of the parts more critical in the balloon. So he's helping on safety. Being from Italy also is well known that great industrial designers for cars or other equipments they have. So naturally, Paolo is a very fine designer, also taking care of the appearance to look nice and with easy handling. So we appreciate this, no? Paolo cannot be so active if he has no challenge, no? And for sure, we ask him continuously to solve challenges. At home, he can get up at midnight, go to his workshop just in front and have a new idea to solve a challenge, and he will not stop until he has tested it. And it's, well, we all know that not always come at the first test. So he will persevere until this challenge is solved. This could not be done also without the help of Nicole. I am sure of that. She has been always at the side, helping and having also the patience to listen about burner issues or reactions of many pilots that go to visit at the Mecca of the burners, that is their home. So thank you, Nicole. If you ever go to Mondovi and visit his workshop, you will see a lot of artifacts of different projects he's involved or are discarded before being industrialized. He'll explain you passionately each of them as if it was the first time from when he was a child. No? Paolo comes to the factory every 3 or 4 months and stays for a week to check all is done according to his design and manufacturing preparation. No? It's an audit all workers at the factory appreciate because he knows how to explain and the reason why is done every detail. When possible, Nicole also comes and they stay in one of our apartments in town, so he has not access to work for some hours. He rests then a little bit more than at home. No? Sometimes when we meet, I have to tell him at lunch or dinner, please stay 10 minutes without talking about burners. Really difficult, but he accepts the challenge and then we can talk on other issues, balloon competitions or festivals, or we have gone both or any other study that, it's not easy. Yeah. Now we meet here for a very merited inclusion of Paolo Bonanno in the Hall of Fame of Albuquerque Balloon Museum, and we appreciate sincerely this inclusion, that all balloonists will recognize, feeling as part of us is also there. No? So thank you for this distinguished honor to Mr. Paolo Bonanno that make feel proud the balloon community. Thank you for everybody for your attention also.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say I feel very privileged to come up and say a few words for you, Paolo. The first time that I met Paolo, we were involved in Steve Fawcett's Around the World flight, and we were in Bristol, England, for one of Steve's test inflations. And after the inflation, we came back to the factory, and Jim Howard said that in conversation that Paolo Bonanno was coming, and to the factory. He was going to be doing some work on some burners and such. And I was very, very excited because I knew everything about Paolo. At the time, the black valves on the Cameron burners what Paolo did with those burner valves was amazing when you consider what we were flying with off-the-shelf valves and that kind of thing. And when that valve was introduced, I remember looking at that and just being amazed at the person that came up with the idea, and very simple, 2 O-rings and things like that. And if you have an O-ring leak, the liquid goes up into the burner and not down on your hand, which would then catch on fire. So I was very impressed with all of that. And not only that, with that valve, it was beautiful. And that's what I admire most with someone that designs and builds things, is they can come up with a good design, but it's not finished there. It has to look good as well. And Paolo is very good at that. The finished product is absolutely beautiful. And so he came, and I met him, and quickly realized that Paolo didn't speak English, and I spoke no Italian. And he had this new burner that he had with him, and he called it the Blue Burner, which was the predecessor, I suppose, to the Scirocco burner. And he took us out in the back of the factory in Bristol and was demonstrating this burner to us, and was just amazed at this quiet burner, yet it was quiet, but it had no radiant heat. And usually, if the burner is quiet, what goes along with the quiet burner is radiant heat. And so I was very impressed with that and had so many questions for him. And we went out to dinner, and Nikki was our translator at the time. Nikki was his girlfriend, and she spoke a little English. And Paolo was so impatient because he wanted to understand what I was saying, and he kept shaking Nikki and, what is he saying? And I remember that. But what I also remember is it was the first time that I realized that if two people are very passionate with what they really love, and I also am a very passionate person when it comes to building balloons, and ballooning in general, and I realized we didn't speak understand the language, but we understood each other. And so we fast forward years later. Paolo comes to my shop a few years ago, and he walks into the shop, and the first words out of his mouth is, "I can speak English." So think about this. How many of us as adults are so passionate about what you like that you are willing to take the time to learn another language so you can share your passion with other people? So that opened the door for so many more questions. And then Joni and I, my wife Joni and I, went to Mondevi in Italy and spent time with Paolo and Nikki, and I spent a tremendous amount of time in his workshop. And then I realized something again. Paolo, when we had dinner, he didn't understand. He spoke English fairly well, but he didn't quite understand the conversations, and he was very quiet. But when Paolo and I would go out into his workshop, it was like we understood each other, and the words flowed in his workshop. I think that's just amazing, that we would spend hours in his workshop until the early wee hours of the night into the morning talking. We'd come out of the workshop and we didn't talk much. But it was quite a pleasure for me, and I respect the beautiful mind that Paolo has, and admire everything that he has done for the ballooning community. And it, like Troy said, it has been a lot. He's contributed so much to the safety of our sport. Next to the parachute valve, I would have to say Paolo's is right up there with his burner design, and his contributions are incredible. So his English is still, it is okay, and I'm sure that Paolo will be a little nervous coming up here. So I ask that everyone in the audience close your eyes and think of Paolo and be in Paolo's workshop. And perhaps Paolo can picture being in the workshop as well, and I think everyone in this audience will understand Paolo.
So Paolo, it's your mic. You come up and you speak however you'd like.
I prefer make burn.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for Josep Maria, for Bert, for the introduction. Okay, very, very strong introduction. Who know me know that my English is a disaster. Sorry in advance. Sorry in advance. I hope they don't make many mistakes, no? Okay? All right, now the problem is I learned the school. Attention, eh? Mi sono perso. Sì, ok. Well, many thanks everybody. No, sorry. For me, it's impossible. I prefer make burner than speak in front of many people. My English is good to speak in front of one guy, but in front of the many people for me is not possible. No, anche se I will make a prepare all.
Problem solution.
No, allora I make only one. Sì. Allora, it's necessary I make thank you very much for the Paolo Gioni, che is the Italian delegate at the FAI, che have make a proposal for my name in diploma Montgolfier many years ago, and for this recognition today. Okay. I also thanks all for the member of the FAIA and the CIA delegate and the selection committee, because finding my name near Umberto Nobile and Vincenzo Lunardi and all those are already in the Hall of Fame, all the people who is in the Hall of Fame, for is a truly incredible honor for me. It's impossible. My passion for and my hard work have brought me here. What? Sorry. Sì, ma non understand quello che dico. And I hope to continue for years to propose my ideas, my technology to serve the aerostatic world. So my target is continuous for my program is for next 30 years. I continue to fly because I like a lot to fly. And believe me, it's all that together that does not make me feel my 75 years. So for me, the 75 years is not heavy because my pleasure to work in this direction, to solving the problem for the balloon, for make improvement or pleasure to fly, because I suppose that for the burner, for many people the burner is all make a flame stop, no? But it's possible to make one comparison with a car. You take one car 30 years old, you drive, you move, you take another one now, the pleasure to drive is different. And for the burner, is the same possibility. The work in direction for make one better flame, better combustion, low level noisy, and important increase the reaction of the balloon. And this is possible. It's only question technology of combustion. My work is in this direction. I have many targets that I hope in future I possible put at disposition of the pilot. Okay? Now this is out of the program. Okay, many thanks for everybody. For me, it's a big pleasure, my big pleasure, to be member of this big family. The balloon family is fantastic. It's the moment I enter in the world of ballooning, I have changed my life. My horizon is the world. I have a friend in all the part of the world, and I'm very happy with this. Okay? Now, cosa c'è da dire? Ah. No, no, I have a speaker, is right, that I prefer make a burner que speech here. This is clear, because my English is a disaster. I have an impression many times, that I am a monkey in front of the... Okay, Nikki, come. Come. To make adjustment of the problem.
But thank you, everybody. And it's true, like Joseph Maria said, that's a great cooperation now for Paolo. We found a family in Spain, and we found many families. I say many members of my ballooning family are our ballooning family. And it's hard to be his wife because of you. Because
Attention. Normally, in the moment I have one hard problem, very strong problem, I am a grumpy bear.
no, when he's working he forgets to drink, he forgets to eat. He don't forget to smoke his famous pipe. Sometimes I'm jealous about that pipe because he always have a hand for that pipe, but not always for me. No, waking up in the night because he couldn't sleep because many things he has to resolve or to do more. I'm glad now, it's now 17 years, we have the house and the workshop really all together. So that's how we are still together, I think. Joking. So I can give him an ice cream sometime to have a little bit rest, but no way. I can call him for dinner, he will come 2 hours later, and it's really, I think people don't know that. People who come to visit us start to understand a little bit. Someone who visited us one day said, you can take out Paolo of the workshop, but you can't take the workshop of Paolo. So I have to find festival or thing where we are invited to take him out of the workshop and have him a little bit for me.
For all the friends, my workshop, in the moment I enter in my workshop in the morning, I switch on the coffee machine. The coffee machine is the best coffee in this area, okay? For the friend, okay, if you work in this road, you make a deviation for my workshop. I make a stop, drink a coffee, blah, 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 5 minutes, after you return your road.
Impossible 5 minutes, believe me, impossible. So thank you for, it's now 25 years I discovered that world, and thank you for your love.
Congratulations, Paolo. Wonderful job. And everybody understood you completely. There you go, sir.
Wow.
And there you are, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We've got lots of people that want to see this.
He took 5 minutes and fixed my burner today.
If you have any burner problems this week,
In all competition, I am in competition.
Yes.
Normally is one burner problem. All right, in the competition I have additional work.
yes, I'm sure many people looking for you. So thank you, Paolo, very
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.